when people ask me for tips on, hey, I'm like trying the same thing you're doing, or I'm trying this niche or this niche, why am I not like being successful? And a lot of the time is they're not finding their own style for originality.
I got SB Mowing. What's up?
I'm glad to be here. I'm having a ton of fun here.
You've had a crazy 3 years of your life.
Almost at 3 billion views total, almost 30 million followers across all my platforms.
Share what you learned about being a content creator.
When you figure out your niche, you have to figure out your style.
What's some tips for a complete rookie? I mean, I probably only pressure washed 5 or 6 driveways in my life.
For anyone that doesn't know anything about pressure washers, 3,000 versus 4,000 PSI, doesn't matter. It's the birds flying high. You know how I feel. Sun in the sky. You know how I feel.
You got a fast car. Cut that out, editor. Please cut that out. Excellence in broadcasting continues here in Louisville, Kentucky. I got SB Mowing. What's up?
I'm glad to be here. I'm having a ton of fun here.
What's crazy, SB Mowing, Spencer, is the first year he was here, you were brand new at being a content creator. You were on my podcast mainly as like Juggernaut's sidekick.
Yeah, I was a month into content creation.
Which was a good month.
Yeah, it was a good month. Yeah, I got 60,000 subs in my first month.
And Juggernaut came up to me at the rally, like, you got to interview this guy. Like he predicted. He's like, you're going to interview this guy. Man, he's going somewhere.
Yeah, and this is our third one though.
Yeah. And then about halfway through, before things really took off for you, you got married and you came to Atlanta and we got to go get some dinner.
Yeah, you treated us to that just couple $100 steak dinner probably. Up in the what building was that?
It's the Westin Hotel in Atlanta, and at the very top of the hotel they have a restaurant where basically you can see the whole city.
Yeah, so. It was cool. That was fun. That was
Sundial.
The Sundial. Yep, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, if you're not afraid of heights. So you've had a crazy 3 years of your life.
Yes,
I'm sure it's a whirlwind. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it's been crazy, dude. So I started. Well, I've been mowing lawns for 12 years. I started my lawn business when I was in middle school and just grew it from there, and just decided to do social media and try it out. I saw some people doing the free cuts. I'm like, hey, that's cool. Let's try it. I never really thought it would go anywhere. And the first winter was a little bit tough just because I didn't have any content built up. But after I got kind of going and started posting consistently and really started making good videos and focusing and putting more time into my videos, I could tell that people started to like it, and the algorithm started to push it out more because they saw that people liked it. And yeah, now I think I'm almost at 3 billion views total and like almost 30 million followers across all my platforms, which is insane. I'll go to like a stadium. I'm like, this is like 60,000 people. Like, there's no way there's 30 million people following me. That's crazy.
And one of those is Luke Combs, because I was listening to this TikTok. And I think you had posted it, and they're like, you ever watch those? Or no, they said, ask Luke Combs, the country singer, like, what do you watch on when you're scrolling through TikTok? He's like, man, I watch those lawn care videos. And then the guy's like, SB Mowing, and then they started talking about your videos.
Yeah.
How'd that make you feel?
Sounds like the people that are like, they go mow somebody's yard for free.
Oh,
it's
on
like
your SB Mowing.
That was cool. So I woke up that morning to like probably 10 or 20 of my friends texting me. They're like, dude, check out this video. Luke Combs is watching. I'm like, what? So I woke up, I watched, I'm like, dude, no way Luke Combs is watching me, because I'm a big country music fan. I listen to Luke Combs, Zach Brown Band, a bunch of country music artists. And so that was really cool. I did reach out to him, so I did a reaction video to that saying, hey, let's collab, everybody at Luke Combs, so he sees this. So Luke, if you're seeing this, I know you're a super busy man, but I wanted to extend the offer to come here to Kansas and cut along with me. I think it'd be the collaboration of a lifetime. And he did comment on it that, yeah, like let's do it. But he's on a world tour right now, and so he's crazy busy. So if that ever happens, it's not going to happen for a while.
You're gonna go clean his yard up for him or something, or
either his yard, or I'm gonna have him come help me clean up someone's yard in Wichita or wherever we go. So
he seems like he's got a good work ethic.
Oh, I'm sure he does. Yeah, at least all the country guys seem like farm boys, and
Yeah, I think Morgan Wallen, I've heard him say he used to do landscaping and he hated it.
Oh, really?
I was going to use it as like a soundbite, but then he was like, I hated that. It's like that. It turned out for old Morgan all right. What's been your most memorable moment other than that one? I mean, that was a pretty cool moment, but.
Oh, man. Probably the first time people recognized me out and about. I was in Waco, Texas last year, and we were there during, I think it was February, because grass wasn't growing in Wichita yet. So my wife and I went down there for about a week and just got as many lawns done as I could to shoot video for. And on one of them, this lady pulled up. She's like, "No way! I literally live 3 houses down and watch your videos every Friday." I'm like, "No way, dude! I've never had this happen before." And then that same lawn, another guy came up like an hour later. He's like, "Dude, my wife and I are freaking out right now. We live down the street and we love your videos." So that was like probably the coolest thing that's ever happened.
And how long ago was that?
That was in February. So that was the first time someone recognized me like on a lawn while
year?
I was working. Yep, of this year.
Wow.
I got recognized a bit, like if I wear my shirt or my hat out with my logos, like out into public, I can get recognized that way. But yeah, I've never been recognized on an actual lawn before. Actual filming,
and then
doing the work.
2 in the same day.
Yeah, it was 2 on the same lawn.
How'd that make you feel?
It was weird. It's hard to comprehend the feeling, because a lot of these people, they watch me every day. They know me, like, but I don't know them. So it's very weird having someone come up and just be all excited to see you, and you're like, "Oh, like this is super cool." I have no idea who you are. So it's a weird feeling. You've got to experience. I'm sure you've experienced it. So
it's fun. Let me ask you this. What do you like doing more, the lawn videos or the pressure washing videos?
The lawn videos are more satisfying to me, and I like the cleanups better because I've been doing lawns a lot longer, but they're a lot harder physically, just because I'm out there, every video I'm spending 8 to 12 hours at a lawn, one lawn, just making sure everything is really good on camera, making sure everything's really looks really nice on the lawn. I'm doing everything. Pressure washing, I can go be there for 2 or 3 hours and the pressure washer does all the work for me. I don't have to use a shovel or anything. So that's really nice. But satisfying wise, definitely the mowing, and then work wise, the pressure washing all day.
Yeah. What's your pressure washing setup? Because I've seen you, it looks like you got something on the bed of your truck.
Yeah. So my brother and I built out kind of like a little cage around the 3 sides of my truck. And it just sits on top of the bed. And it's got my trimmers on one side, my blower on the other side, and then I've got a spot for my reels for pressure washing, because when I started, I just had loose hose that I'd go and, try to not get tangled and bring up to the house to plug into the water, and then bring out to my pressure washer, and then I'd have to roll my pressure washer out. But I got it really, really to a quicker flow, to where I've got 2 reels, 1 low pressure for hooking up to the customer's water, and then 1 high pressure hooking up to my pressure washer in the truck. So those are both reels mounted on my truck. Then I got my pressure washer in my truck. So I just start the pressure washer up, hook up to the customer's water, and just pull out however much pressure washing hose I need. And
how many gallons per minute is that pressure washer?
I got a new pump put on it recently, so it puts out about 4.5 gallons a minute. And then it's between 3,000 and 4,000 psi.
Okay.
But for anyone that doesn't know anything about pressure washers, gallons per minute is where it's at. Like, you don't need a ton of pressure. I mean, you need some pressure, but 3,000 versus 4,000 psi doesn't matter. It's the gallons per minute. That's how much water is going through to actually clean the surface.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, how's it been at Equip so far? Have people been recognizing you for social media, or is it different than last year?
It's a lot different. Yeah. So last year, I had a few people recognize me. I mean, I was only doing it for a year at that point. I grew substantially in that first year, but this last year, grew exponentially from that. So yeah, I've been.
You transcended the lawn care industry this past year.
Yes.
Because when I was at Vid Summit, and people are like, this was an event with Mr. Beast and all these YouTubers. And he's like, "Hey, what do you do?" You know what I mean? And my measly YouTube channel has 12,000 subscribers. So I'm like, don't ask. I'm like, as a Green Industry Podcast, I help lawn care business owners grow their business, which is a very niche. Like, the only people who listen to our show is the guys that own landscaping businesses. And they're like, "Oh, do you know the SB Mowing guy? Do you know the SB Mowing guy?" Like, they all knew you, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy. I had, for those of you who don't know, Zach King, he got huge on Vine back in the day. And now he's like one of the biggest TikTok creators and YouTube creators. He's got he has the most viewed TikTok video of all time.
Really?
It's got 2.2 billion views.
Wow.
He did this thing where he pretended to be Harry Potter and had a little broomstick that he rode around on, and he does editing tricks, so it looked like he was floating around on it.
What's your most viral video?
Oh man, I did one. It's actually with my pressure washer. I found a sidewalk that was covered and compacted by like 3 inches of dirt, and nobody knew it was there. The neighbors didn't even know it was there. And I literally spent all day digging it out. And I used my pressure washer and my shovel, just the pressure washer to kind of edge it up, and then the shovel to kind of scoop out the debris. And I guess I got lucky with who came up to me during that, because this lady rolled up, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And like the camera was positioned perfectly where it could see her and me. I'm like, "Oh, I'm cleaning up the sidewalk." She's like, "There's a sidewalk under there?" I'm like, "Yep." She's like, I had no idea that was there. And like that was the intro, and it's got like probably 20 million views on YouTube. I think like maybe 100 million on TikTok, or getting close. So yeah, that's my most viral video.
Wow. Now, SB Mowing goes up, and I love the creativity where you knock on your door, hey, sorry to bother you, and then you do the whole spiel. What's been the craziest thing? I know Al's told me off-air stories I don't even know if I can share on air that went south.
Yes.
What's been yours, good or bad? What's been the wildest story where you just randomly go to a stranger's house?
So there's been two. One of them, I was doing a vacant property, and for all the vacant properties, you know, I always knock on the door, make sure no one lives there. And then I go and talk to like usually 2 or 3 neighbors just to see like, hey, is anyone living here? Do you guys ever see anyone? Like the lawn's like 6 feet tall. Like, does anyone cut it? Does anyone take care of the property? And they're like, yeah, no one lives here. No one takes care of it. And so when I started cleaning up one of these vacant properties, just cleaning up for the neighborhood and stuff, someone pulled up, and I'm like, oh no, dude. Like someone pulled up right on the curb. I'm like, no, this is the owner or something. So he got out and came up, and I was recording like a little section of the sidewalk, and it was like in perfect frame. And you just got to get really lucky with that sometimes. And he came up, he's like, what the heck's going on? Like this is my house. Like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm not the city. I'm not charging you, I promise. But turns out another neighbor that I didn't talk to knew the owner and called him. Was like, hey, someone's over here. You better get over here. So he scared me at first. He was pretty angry, but I talked to him and just told him what I do, and he kind of calmed down. But I've also had neighbors, just because I spend so much time cleaning up these properties. You know, I'm there for 8 to 12 hours usually, and I've had a neighbor come up to me before and yell at me for being too loud. So
Oh, man.
that was fun, but nothing too crazy. Nothing like, oh, you know, we're gonna sue you or we're gonna come after you.
Al had one of those recently.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to that? He called me one day. He's like, you know an attorney? I was like, I do, but
he called me that same day with the same question.
I said, why don't you find one in Florida? Because mine's good, but he's in Atlanta. I was like, you need to go. You need a mean one.
Yep.
What are some other stories as you've been out there in the wild?
Oh man, so a lot of people don't know. I can kind of go behind the scenes a little bit. My wife and I drive around for like probably 5 to 8 hours a week, up and down every street looking for these lawns. And a lot of people don't see that. People just see me going up and knocking on the door. But you know, we pick an area of Wichita, Kansas, and we go up and down every street in every neighborhood in that area, and we write down, you know, what are the worst lawns, and then we go back to the worst ones first and knock on those, and just kind of go down the list. But for lawns, most people say yes. It's, you know, something that they need. They're getting fined from the city. Their neighbors hate it. They can't take care of it because they might have a little measly push mower or something that they can't take care of the lawn with. Yeah, so people usually say yes for lawns. But for pressure washing, it is insane the amount of people that say no. I will knock on 30 or 40 doors to get 2 or 3 people. And I'm like, dude, look at your driveway, dude. Like, I can make that look brand new. And I think it's because it's not as much of a necessity to have a clean looking driveway, which they don't realize that, like, and it's a lot of elderly people that I do it for, that, dude, when that stuff gets wet, it is super slick and like dangerous to walk on, especially like for elderly people. So yeah, a lot of people don't know that.
Wow.
I knock on that many doors to find those.
I'm curious. I'm pressure washing my parents' driveway this Saturday. They live up in Ohio. I have a 4 gallon per minute pressure washer. I got a 16-inch surface cleaner. I got the little ball valve. I forget the name. Juggernaut told me to get this thing so you don't have ball valve, so you don't have to turn it off. What's some tips for a complete rookie? I mean, I probably only pressure washed 5 or 6 driveways in my life.
Yeah. So for me, I don't use chemical. A lot of other professional companies use sodium hypochlorite, which is just a really concentrated version of bleach, and they'll put it down there to soften everything up before you pressure wash it. I don't do that.
How do you apply it? Or you don't do it.
You can either spray it with a sprayer, or if you have a downstream, there's like a little nozzle you can hook up to your machine that will shoot it actually down the hose. I did that a while at first, and after doing it a while, I'm like, dude, my hands are so dried and cracked. Even like after washing them and like wearing big gloves and like my arms just from getting the chemical on me on accident, I'm like, dude, this isn't worth it. Like my hands would hurt the whole time I was working. And then like you should be wearing a respirator, but if you're not, if you breathe any of it in, you're like, oh, it's literally,
you talked me out of it.
It's literally chlorine gas.
I'm going natural.
So yeah, so go all natural.
I'm glad we had this conversation because I was Justin Rogers from Forever Self-Employed told me to get that stuff, but
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah, so you can do it natural as like just water, as long as you take your time. With the surface cleaner, slower is better. Just really take your time. And then if you do get some striping, because when the surface cleaner goes around, it really cleans the sides where it's going, because it goes over those like 5 or 6 times compared to in the middle where it's going over about twice. Just take your time, and if you do get the zebra stripings, just go over it the other way real quick, and you're usually good.
Okay, so as long as if I go this way slow, then this way slow,
Yep.
I won't get the stripes.
Yeah, and then do it in sections as well. So like rinse off a section really well, and do that section, and then rinse that off, and then rinse off your new section, because all the dirt from that old section gets onto the new section and leaves whatever, and it just makes it to where it doesn't clean as well, because all that debris is in the way and stuff.
Got it. I want to pick your brain about content because not only are you consistent, which I learned at VidSummit, you got to be consistent.
Yes.
But you're creative. Like you took a trend and you put your stamp on it. So just share what you learned about being a content creator.
Yeah. So when people ask me for tips on, hey, I'm like trying the same thing you're doing, or I'm trying this niche or this niche, why am I not like being successful? And a lot of the time is that they're not finding their own style for originality. You know, like there's people that go out and do the free lawn care, and I want as many people to do that as possible. But I've seen people that go and do it the exact way that I do it. Like they wear the same clothes I do. They use the same captions I do. They wear the same clothes. They do the exact same interactions, and that's cool and everything. But I'm like, you guys aren't going to be successful, because if people want to watch SB Mowing, they're going to want to watch SB Mowing. They're not going to want to watch you. So like you need to figure out, when you figure out your niche, you have to figure out your style and make that, like, it takes time to perfect your style and figure out what works, and just keep changing things until you figure out what works, and then replicate that and stay super consistent with it. I've posted every Friday for 2 years now. Like I haven't missed a single video, and I have an audience now that tells me if I'm 10 minutes past 8 a.m. on a Friday, that they're waiting there with their coffee, emailing me, where you at? I'm waiting for my morning video. It's like tons.
Do you have more women watching, men, younger, older?
Every platform's different. At this point, the whole spectrum. Facebook is a little bit more on the older women side. TikTok,
like that? Them older women like SB Mowing.
Yes, I get a lot. I get some messages from
I
some
feel
of them
like
too.
that's your. Oh man! Now I've met Andrea.
Yes, my wife Andrea.
Yeah, he's taking.
I'm taking ladies. Sorry, but yeah. So Facebook, middle to older age women. I do get a lot of men on there too. Probably about 35-40% men. TikTok, 15 to 25, 30-year-old. I get a lot of men on TikTok. Like 60% men. YouTube, it's a little bit like 20 to like 40, mostly men as well. I'm also on Snapchat. I don't know my analytics on that too much though, but yeah.
So those are your 5 platforms?
Yeah, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I have a separate YouTube Shorts channel. I do post on Twitter. I don't really have much traction. I don't know why. I don't spend much time on there. And then Snapchat, yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I missed any of them.
Yeah, that's good. What's next for SB Mowing? I know you're creative, and you got all the momentum in the world. What's the next few moves?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Right now, it's very, very tough because I'm trying to keep up with all my channels and all my different platforms and the mowing and the pressure washing. So I'm all like this moment right now. My wife and I traveled the last month and got enough content to be able to schedule out through the end of 2023.
Nice.
So right now, kind of working on other slight projects. Like I really wanted to get into merch. I sell merch. I don't promote it. I don't have I've got kind of cool merch, but like I want to get something that I can actually sell to people and that they really want. So merch is a big thing. I also want to get into different languages. I don't know if they talked about that at
Vid Summit
at Vid
2024,
Summit.
man. I you should have been at this one. You definitely got to be next year, dude.
Yeah, but so YouTube's has a beta feature right now, but they're going to be rolling out eventually where you can upload a separate audio track to your video and it'll recommend that. And you can also have a different title. It'll recommend that to people that speak Spanish or whatever languages that you upload. And the people that watch YouTube, it's like a very low percentage are people that speak English, which is crazy. Like you don't think about the people over in India, they're speaking Hindi, and the people down in Mexico, they're all speaking Spanish. And just how many people that there are that don't speak English that watch YouTube. I think English speakers are like 20 to 25% of YouTube like watchers, which is like barely any of the audience. So like if you can get out there with, different languages, which is hard, you either have to pay someone to translate and, do voiceovers, or there's something cool now. There's an AI coming out. Have you seen that? Where there's an AI in beta right now where you can straight up, like if I'm recording you, you can be talking in English and it will it will automatically translate your voice to Spanish, but it'll also do it with your mouth with a deep fake technology to look like you're actually speaking Spanish, which is crazy.
I'm clearly speaking to you in English. Digo, pero ahora te estoy hablando en español. もし望めば、日本語でも話せます。
So I'm going to be trying out with some of that. And then I've got some other channel ideas that I eventually want to get to. I don't think I will right now, but more of like hobby channels, kind of as like a...
What are your hobbies?
Oh, man. I sing. I sing in a barbershop a cappella group.
Okay. Give us something.
It's called Smorgascore. You want me to sing?
Yeah, give us something.
I don't know what to sing.
You like Luke Combs.
I do
Fast
like
Car.
Luke Combs. You've got a fast car. Yeah.
No, come on.
No,
I need it for the intro.
I'm not gonna sing,
it's
bro.
gonna be the intro of the hook. Come on.
Oh, man.
You need me to pull up the lyrics?
But you learned the hook from Vid Summit where they're like, did you see that one with Mr. Beast he did with Tom Brady? And he's like, you got to say you're coming out of retirement. And he started the video like, I'm coming out of retirement. But, yeah, I don't want to sing.
You got a fast car. No, I can't sing at all. Come on. That's
No, bro.
You just told me your hobby singing.
I sing in an a cappella group,
All right, give me an
4-part
acapella.
harmony.
Go ahead. Give me some of that.
Oh, man. I don't even know what to sing. I actually sang a song in high school and won the male beauty pageant for singing Feeling Good by Michael Bublé. You ever sing that?
Yeah.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. All right, that's good.
There you go, Mr. Producer. You can use that for the
There's your
hook.
There's your hook. There's your hook right there.
Beyond. Yeah, that's a good hook right there. Well, I really appreciate your time. Is there anything we're leaving out here? And thanks again to John Deere. They gave me like primetime real estate.
Yeah, this is a sweet booth.
This is awesome.
a cool booth. A little cool podcasting station.
Yeah,
so.
Thank you to our friends at John Deere for hooking it up here. Anything else you want to share with our audience? I want to behind the scenes, like anything you want to share. I'm sure people are like curious to learn more about you.
I'm a normal guy. My brother calls me the most average human being in the world. So, yeah, if you see me here at Expo or you see me out mowing lawns, come say hi. Or just reach out if you want to say hi. My email is sbmowing.business@gmail.com. Just say hi. If you DM me on Instagram or any platforms, I don't look at those.
The bot. I've
Yeah.
been DMing and the bot hits me back.
The bot will hit you. Like I get thousands of DMs at this point, like daily. So like I don't even check them anymore. So just email me if you want to get in contact with me.
Okay, and have people been recognizing you here at the show?
Yes, like crazy. I've probably taken 100 pictures. It's nuts, dude. I can't walk 20 feet without someone be like, SB Mo, what's up, dude? I watch all your videos. I'm like, what's up?
That's cool.
So yeah, it's been fun. It's been nice seeing all my friends and talking with other influencers as well. Because there's one other guy in Wichita, Kansas that's kind of doing lawn care social media, but there's not a lot of people that you can talk to. So it's nice, like just being in person, being able to just walk around and talk to anybody, especially anyone that's doing social media like me, because then no one understands how it is being a full-time social media person. You know, take a picture.
Yeah. You didn't have to stop talking.
No, you're good. But no one understands it until you do it. So it's really
How'd
nice
you get
kinda-
connected with Juggernaut and Al?
I got connected with Juggernaut. I was always a Juggernaut fan. And then he actually, my first video on TikTok blew up and got like 7 million views. And my second video on YouTube blew up and got like, it's at like 13 million views
That's
now.
not normal.
Yeah, that's not normal.
Because even Al took like a decade to get to 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, most people take a very long time to like. I'm very fortunate to have, you know, figured out something that worked and hit it at just the right time and made just the right video for it.
Yeah, and Jimmy was saying that it took him 464 videos. Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
464 videos, and you hit right away.
I hit on my second video, and I met Juggernaut. He actually reached out to me. He just called me out of the blue. I'm like, who are you? Like, I watch you all the time. What are you talking about? He's like, dude, you're doing a great job. There's this thing called GIE coming up in a month. You want to come in? And this was two years ago. So yeah, I came up with him, and I was working the car because I was working full time as a programmer. So I was working the car, working remote on the way up there so I could make it. But yeah, it was cool meeting Juggernaut the first time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate it. You can follow him on all social medias, SB Mowing, and anything else you want to share?
Come to the expo next year. Say hi. Thanks for having me, Paul. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for the time. He is SB Mowing. Hopefully, we'll get you on for year 4, and you have even better updates.
Yeah, hopefully.
year.
We'll see you guys.
What? No, say SB Mowing out.
SB Mowing out.